Howdy.
We've been in Albania for 1 month.
We're going to tell you everything about it. What we liked, what everything cost, what we didn't like, and all the unexpected things.
That's disgusting.
Well, let's get into it. Welcome to today's episode. That felt so cheesy. This is episode 5. It actually is episode 5. That means that we've been in Albania for a month and a week.
Over a month.
And we have a month left to go.
Yeah, about that.
All right, so let's get started.
Yeah, let's start. First things first.
First things first.
First thing is first, where are you going to stay? So 2 options, right? You got hotels and Airbnbs. There is another option, hostel, but I'll just be frank with you. We're not going to stay in a dorm room.
Yes, well, part of this, we should rewind a little bit. I'll put the rewind thing in there. We decided to sell everything to travel the world. So
That's a big part.
The destinations that we choose have to... Wait, let me do that again. The destinations that we choose, they have to
meet certain requirements.
They have to tick off some boxes.
Yeah.
1, it has to be a place that is affordable.
Yes.
2,
because we ain't rich.
Yeah, well. 2, walkability, things like that. So Albania checked off a lot of those boxes for us.
Specifically Tirana.
Yes. Tirana is a big city. I guess it depends on who you talk to. For us, it's a big city.
Yeah, it's a big city. It's the capital of... So Tirana is the capital of Albania.
Yes.
And we like it because it's affordable. And then our location specifically is central. So we can walk to our favorite restaurants, to the park, to church. Pretty much everywhere is like a 15 to 30 minute walk.
Yep, you have a grocery store right down the road. Everything you need is just within walking distance. And we've been doing a lot of the walking.
Yeah, we're averaging like 5 miles a day, 10,000 steps.
On
something.
that. But let's get back to Airbnbs.
Yes. Where do you stay? Yeah, you have 2 options, Airbnb or hotel. Or there's like random pieces of paper taped onto the light poles with numbers, and you can call and get a room or...
I was not sure where you were going with that.
You can tell mine.
No.
So as you walk around town, you'll see that there's like the light poles, right? And they have papers taped to it. And it says, hey, you can rent an apartment for this amount of money. Just call this number. But
you could do that.
You could do that, but
I don't know anyone who would do that.
But you risk,
Yeah.
getting kidnapped or murdered. So really, there's 2 options. You got hotels and Airbnbs.
This is not what I was expecting. Yes. So what does it cost for an Airbnb per night? Well, where we're staying, it's about $23 per night. If you choose to stay in an Airbnb, the longer you stay, the better the rate.
Yeah, I think after the 28-day mark, you'll notice a substantial discount on the cost of it.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons why we're staying in an area for a longer amount of time, is because we're on a budget and it's better rates, so it makes sense for us.
Yeah. Now you could stay at a hotel, which there are plenty of hotels in Tirana. You'll pay a little more money, but you'll get the added, benefits of somebody coming in and changing your sheets.
That must be important to us.
It is. Or breakfast. I mean, a lot of hotels offer breakfast, so...
And a gym.
So
what would it cost to stay in a hotel here, you think? I did the research, so I know.
Yeah, it's like between 50 and 100.
Yes, it's $50 a night on average for a hotel. And you can go up to $150, which would be very primo.
Yeah, you're staying at like the nice, the nicest hotels in town for that.
Okay, let's talk about visas. I'm gonna let you take this one over.
Visa. U.S. citizens can stay 90 days in Albania. You should confirm with, like the embassy website and the websites for Tirana, but I think it's 90 days as a American. Now, before 2022, as an American, you could come into the country for up to a year. So I think COVID
Shoulda,
maybe.
coulda, woulda.
Yeah, I think COVID maybe
Not
changed
anymore.
that.
I think it's probably everyone can come for 90 days,
Yeah.
right?
I can't speak for everyone, but as an American, about 90 days.
So, food.
Yeah, my
Food
favorite
cost.
topic.
All we do is eat and drink coffee, if you haven't noticed.
Eat, drink coffee, walk around, sleep, wake up, and do it again.
Yeah, lots of eating. And we do lots of eating out. And the reason why is because the food here is very affordable, and it's almost more expensive to get groceries versus just eating out.
Yeah, not only is it more expensive, but you're also gonna have to cook and clean and do all that. It's like you're gonna pay less, and someone's gonna cook and clean for you. You know.
Yeah, your gut may be screaming at you to eat a vegetable or two, but
But hey, at least it'll be cheaper.
yes. And I would say on average, food cost is about 500 lek per plate, which is about $5
Yeah.
for a plate. It depends on what you get. Now, you can find places where you eat for about $3, and what that's going to get you is one of those nice, yummy gyros. Is that how you say it? Gyros? With the French fries?
Oh yeah. I don't know if it's Euro. I think it's gyro or gyro.
Anyways,
Anyway, it's a plate.
delicious.
Yeah, it's a plate of food. French fries, gyro. What else?
You can go out for a dinner, a nicer, restaurant, and expect to spend between $7 to, you could even go $15 per plate.
And I don't think we spent over $15 a plate.
No, we haven't. We have not spent even $7 a plate.
Yeah.
So
Coffee. Coffee is.
it's a way of life here.
Yeah, coffee's not just like a drink. It's something people do. It's like it's an experience.
There are so many coffee shops. Everyone has cappuccinos and lattes. You
Yeah.
go to the butcher, you can get a latte. You go to the cheese store, you can get a latte. I mean, anyway, if you're a coffee lover, this is your place.
Yeah. We've been getting cafe lattes and cappuccinos, and depending on where you go, it's anywhere from 100 lek to 200 lek, which comes out to $1 or $2.
So you've eaten and you have a place to stay. Now what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do in the big city of Tirana?
We did it all within the first couple weeks.
Yeah, I'd say the big things to do is really like museums,
Mm-hmm.
the movies, and day trips to different places.
Yes. We've explored a little bit. We went down to Saranda on the coast, and that was so beautiful. You have to check that out if you haven't seen it yet.
Check out our Saranda video.
The water was so perfect. Kind of chilly at first, but beautiful, clear, crystal
It
clear.
was a lot of fun.
Yes, they have the most amazing beaches.
Yep.
We wound up renting a car that day, which renting a car, I guess it depends on which season that you're in, but if you're in the top of the season, you're going to see the primo prices on renting a car, which was about, how much did it cost us for about 4 days?
I think we were just at the end of tourist season, and we were paying about €50 a day to rent the car, which is, that's kind of expensive.
It was more expensive than I expected it to be, but the cost of our hotel was only $50 a night, and it was a very nice hotel.
Yeah.
And we were right on the beach. We had a good location. It was great.
Yeah, make sure you check out that video for
Yes.
that.
The second location we went to is Kruya. I cannot get that right.
Kruya, I think.
Kura.
And that That was about an hour north of the capital city of Tirana. It's very easy to get there. You hop on a bus. It's cheap. It's 200 lek per person. It's an hour bus ride, and it's a cool town. They've got like a really old bazaar. It's awesome. They got a cool castle you can go up to, and also hike a huge mountain.
Which we only did a little bit.
We hiked like 10% of it.
Yeah. I would go back and do it again.
I think I would too.
I would go back just to do the mountain.
Another cool thing to do, surprisingly, here in Tirana is they have a really cool movie theater. So we went and saw a movie. It was in English and it had Albanian subtitles. So it was perfect. And it wasn't expensive. It was like 500 lek a person.
Yeah, it was very good.
Popcorn's good.
Good experience. I like
Yeah.
that. We love movies though.
We do love movies.
Transportation.
How to get around.
Yes. Lots of walking.
Everywhere.
The only time we rented a car, as we mentioned earlier, was to go to Saranda, but that's not part of our monthly budget. So walking is how we get around. You can also take a public bus. Very affordable. To get around the city is 40 cents per person.
It's really affordable.
Yeah.
And there's buses everywhere. If you want to go to like Saranda or Shkodër or one of these other cities, you have to get to the north and south bus station. That's kind of like the central point for all the buses that leave the city. So
yes, and you don't have to buy tickets online. That's something I researched and I couldn't find an answer. I was like, how does this work? Do you need to get tickets beforehand? But you just show up and you tell them where you want to go, and they go right over there.
Yeah.
Get on the bus. All the buses have signs like Kruja or Durres. It's really, you go to your bus, you get on, you take cash with you, and you pay when you get off.
Yeah.
So you're looking to spend, I think it depends on where you're going, but for us to go to Kruja, it costs $2 per person.
Yep. So
one way, and then $2 on the way back.
So about $8 total to get there and back.
Yeah.
And it's only about an hour away.
Oh, and then taxis.
So for taxis, there's two ways. Well, there's a few ways to go, but the two ways I know of, you can just go find a taxi and like wave them down, like old school. And then you don't have Uber or Lyft here, but they have their own app, and we'll put it on the screen here. So it's kind of like a rideshare app. You just put in your destination, it'll give you a price and a distance and find you a driver. So similar to Uber and Lyft.
Yeah, it works very similarly. And they say the yellow taxis are the most expensive. To wave one down, you're going to have to pay double the price. But with the apps, you know what you're going to pay before you get on the taxi. It's a set price, so
yeah, it's really, really easy.
Very affordable.
Yeah. But most locals are just either walking, or you'll see a lot of bicycles and a lot of like electric scooters. Yeah, so those are really cool.
Yeah, we haven't. That's one thing we haven't done is rent bikes. We could do that.
That's actually a good idea.
We
could do the GoPro. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a little intimidating around here. The driving is kind of like.
It's like a free for all. Everyone does like whatever they want. So.
There's some structure, but to us it seems kind of chaotic.
Yeah.
But we could rent bikes. We may do that. I think we should just go ahead and do it.
You'll have to see.
We ran into a person and said, hey, what do you think about renting a bike? Should we do it? He said, yeah, go ahead. I've only been hit twice.
And he like lives here. He's like a local.
Yeah. So we're like, maybe not.
It didn't instill a whole lot of confidence in us.
Yeah. Cell phones.
Yes.
How are you gonna call your family back home and your friends?
Yeah. I'll just kind of talk generally regarding cell phones, because depending on your provider and your plan, it could be anything. I'll just kind of speak about us. We have T-Mobile, which gives you like 5 gigs of data for the month, and then you also can make calls and texts, but it's like 25 cents a minute for us. So what I did is we went to Vodafone, which is like the main carrier here in Albania, and I got a eSIM for our stay. I paid $29 for 100 gigs of data, and it gave us 21 days of calls, texts, and data. So
yeah,
that's what I would recommend. They have like a tourist pack is what it's called. It's $29 for 21 days of data and calls.
Yeah, you have two main providers here, Vodafone and
One. Mm-hmm.
They offer different plans. If you're here for a shorter stay, you can kind of price check and see which one would work best for you.
Yeah, or you can just stick with your provider back home, and
that might be easiest.
Yeah. All right. So first unexpected thing that came up was I got COVID. Womp womp womp.
And about first weekend too.
Yeah. Talk about bad timing. Golly. So if you get COVID here in town,
or sick in general,
or sick, you can go to. There's a ton of doctors and hospitals and health centers. We met a doctor who goes to our church, and they recommended we just come and see them. So we went, visited with them. I think it was $20 USD to go get a doctor visit. After that, I got a COVID test, which was another. It was like $5. I'm not sure. You have to see the other video.
We'll reference it here. We had all the cost up here.
Yeah. It was really inexpensive to go see a doctor.
You don't need insurance. It's just pay out of pocket.
Yeah, it was really good. Whereas, like, I think a doctor visit in the U.S., if you don't have insurance, is like, I mean, you got to spend at least $100, right? Something like that. So, really easy process. Go see a doctor. Go get a test, and then you can. They'll give you prescriptions, and there's pharmacies on every block. You can go and get your meds. Yeah.
What are some other unexpected things? Oh, I know. Losing your wardrobe.
Little context, this is our first time drying clothes like on a clothes rack outside. Right? Because I mean, I think most people have like dryers. So yeah, we hung out our clothes, and it was a windy day, and it took a good portion of our clothes that were hanging up.
So we went and got really strong clothespins. And two on each. So problem solved. Get good clothespins.
Definitely recommend heavy duty clothespins.
So one thing that we've been asked a couple of times is safety. Do you feel safe here? And absolutely. I would say 100% yes.
I'd agree with that. Zero safety concerns since we've been here.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's been really nice that we've met. I mean, just no safety issues whatsoever. I don't think there's been a single time.
Well, I think the only thing is maybe walking across the street. Other than that, we're good. Yeah. It's like, are the cars going to stop?
Are they going to stop? I don't know.
And they do.
We'll see.
They don't seem like they do, but they do.
They do.
Yeah.
That's just the way of the world here.
Yeah.
I'd probably cut the trip down from like 4 weeks to 3 weeks personally, just because I think you see most of the things in three weeks here.
That's true, but there are pros and cons. We've been able to get to know people, and the longer you stay, you get to connect and build relationships with people. So that's the great thing about it. It's just you see everything there is to see within the first couple of weeks, and you're kind of ready for the next destination. But we have to look at this as we're living here.
Yeah. But it's cool. Like, after the first week, you start to kind of go to the same restaurants and see the same faces, and it's nice when you build relationships with people. So that's a pro. Yeah.
And I think, and this may be a whole different video in itself, is packing. I'm going to get some different gear for carrying my cameras and laptop, and it just was very heavy. I pulled my neck on the first day.
It was a little surprising on how heavy everything was in the backpack, just for me too. It's mostly electronics.
Yeah, we're gonna have to size down, or if you have any recommendations for gear, let us know. Packing, backpacks.
Yeah, any tips, we'd appreciate them.
Yeah. If you have any questions for us, leave it in the comments below. We'd love to answer your questions in the next video.
Yeah, and interact. We're going to be doing these kind of wrap-up videos about every 30 days or so. So, yeah, let us know.
All right. Well, thanks for watching.
Thanks.
We'll
Bye,
see
guys.
you next time. Bye.